What is going on, guys? It is a lovely Thursday. I got some people outside uh, putting down some dirt. So, um, excuse a little bit of background noise if you would hear it. Um, Guys, today, I've been talking a little bit about getting control of scenes and struggling with scenes and relying on partners and first responders and stuff like that when you're on scene. And I remembered a part of a book I've read a little bit on here in the live Facebook pages by George Sefferson called Paramedic Buff to Burnt. And I remember he did a chapter there about partners and coworkers. I want to talk a little bit about that today, but I want to go ahead and read his short little chapter on that here to give you where I'm coming from on that. He writes, partners and coworkers are the people you work with. They sound the same, but are far from the same, as I will explain. To me, anyway, a coworker is another paramedic that I work with who will be just as qualified as a medic. However, he or she will not be someone that I've grown to care about or one that I've been through anything important to move them into the small circle which I call partners. A partner, on the other hand, is someone that you have been in some tough spots with, and you know that they have your back as you have theirs. They have worked calls with you, and you may have saved or lost a life together. Going into some dangerous situations, you feel confident when you're beside a partner and nervous when just with a coworker. When you're working with a partner, the call flows smoothly, almost like synchronized swimming. You each know what the other is thinking, and things get done automatically without a word spoken. With a coworker, the call turns into the Keystone Medics. You're both trying to do the same thing. You're tripping over each other. You can't get on the same page, so pretty much the patient care is a compromise. Partners look out for each other. Even the small things that we do make a difference. Being sure to relieve your partner on time so he doesn't get caught with a late job all the time, keeping the bus in good shape so he doesn't have to double the work, understanding if someone has a bad day and gets upset over something stupid, knowing that they have lives at home and work isn't the only thing that could be upsetting them. Almost like being married. Partners are a special group. Once they're in that circle, you think of them as family. They may move away or change careers, but in our hearts, we will always be close. Hey, partners, I love you. Truly, the ones that I consider my partners, I really do love them. They have all touched me in some way, and they will always be special to me. George makes a couple of good points here in this chapter. When you work with someone on a regular basis and they're your partner, there are things you go through. There is a certain amount of trust and things that go on with them that you might not necessarily feel with someone who you're working with, who's covering part-time, maybe they're from another shift, maybe they're a per diem worker. You see them once a month or twice a month floating around the garage, right? You know that they're a paramedic. They're probably competent, right? They've got the same training as you. But when it comes to the communication, like George had mentioned, right, the kind of knowing who's doing what and what's expected, right? It flows so much easier when you're with a regular partner. Okay, I'm going to tell you, I've worked places and a place recently where you're with a partner, but quite often you would be split up from that partner because you were both leaders in the organization, and they would put you with a less experienced person or one who wasn't in a leadership role. And then you end up being with a coworker, right? You're not with the partner anymore. You're with somebody who you don't know where they're coming from. You don't know what they're doing. They're competent, right? They've had the same training as you. They've had the same augmented training as you with the organization. But when it comes to that communication on scene, right? When you're working with a partner, it makes the scene go better. It makes your whole day go better, the entire shift go better when you're working with somebody who is a partner versus somebody who's a coworker. Okay. The other day I talked about how we can use our teammates, right? Firefighters, first responders, volunteers, police, whatever, and of course your partner to help you make a call a success, right? And when you don't work with your partner, that can be more difficult, right? It can be harder adding up to that perfect 10 I kind of talked about in a previous episode. But one thing that my tip to you would be, if you are working with a coworker versus a partner, is understand that they probably feel the same way as you do, right? Understand that they are as qualified or as trained as you are, and your expectations of them should be the same, right? Because they've got the same training as you. But my tip would be to keep that in mind, but at the same time, have a short discussion with them at the beginning of the shift about expectations, okay? What you expect of them through the shift, what they can expect from you, where your heads are, right? Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe you're having a bad day. Maybe it's a bad day due to something at work. Maybe it's to do something at home, right? But set those expectations. Get it out there, right? So that if somebody is a little nasty on a call or maybe a little delayed and their head's in a fog, you know where that's coming from, okay? And vice versa. They know that's where you're coming from, okay? I guess it comes down to that communication, right? We all have to communicate. We have to be prepared for those off days, guys, right? And have that communication, okay? So that's my quick tip there, guys. When it comes to partners and coworkers, it's a blend, right? Think about that it's not just about, oh, I got to get through the shift with this guy. I hope nothing bad happens, right? Because when you do that, something bad probably will happen. So try to go ahead and get those expectations out there, okay? Guys, of course, I always try to say that having a firm knowledge base is a key element to getting through any EMS day, an easy one, a hard one, with bad partners, good partners, crazy scenes, easy scenes, whatever the case may be. One way to build a knowledge base, of course, is using your study book, using your textbook, looking at blogs, reading other EMS websites, or you can use something like myturbomedic.com, which has a wealth of information there, digital resources, audios, videos, all that good stuff. I actually have a trial membership. If you haven't seen it yet, you can get a trial membership, unlimited access to everything inside CoWorkers. Just go to emsseo.com/turbo, TURBO, and you can claim a trial membership there. I've got a link in the description here. I also popped a link in there to the Buff to Burnt book. Okay, actually, if you've got a Kindle subscription, it's free, right? So go check it out, man. Read that book. It's a great book. Give you some insight. Okay, so that's it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. I hope you guys have a great day. Questions, man, put them in the comments. DM me, right? Let me know your thoughts or any topic maybe you want me to get and talk about here. My opinion on something in EMS. All right, guys, that's it. As always, Jim Hoffman for EMS SEO. Stay safe.